Hi, guys, and welcome to the first live edition of the Muscle News. This edition is dedicated to the prejudging of the Mr. Olympia. At the moment, the posing routines have just been completed. I'm watching them live now. Um, Now they're coming out for the prejudging and comparisons. Let me put on the volume a bit just so I can hear it. And it's really early here in Malta, to get there's a 9 hour difference. So to catch the prejudging from the beginning, I mean, I watched some of it, some of the posing routines. You have to wake up at 4 or 3:30 in the morning, to get the start of it. As it looks, they called out uh, a random four. Uh, there's Martin Fitzwater, Hadi Chopan, Urs. Um, Listen, they all look great, you know. Uh, it's going to be a very difficult job for the judges. By the way, I would like to say hi to my friends that are there. Obviously my buddy Eric Broser that does the Muscle News and Merlin podcast with me every Wednesday. I hope you guys like that show. And Dave Borlée, his best buddy, they're watching the show. And obviously my dear friend and one of the greatest historians in the history of bodybuilding, Raymond Kassar, who has been taking photos of bodybuilding events from the time Arnold was competing. So you can imagine the history this man has and the photo collection he has that nobody has ever seen. Um, so these guys just finished their round. We're waiting for the second batch of guys to come out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, Let me know what you think. Do you think who do you think is going to win? Feel free to you know um, take part in this conversation. Let's everybody enjoy it. You know, and um, we'll just have fun with this thing. And obviously, there's going to be some glitches. Like I said, it's my first time, so you know, uh, just watching things here. Um, let's get back to it. So, who's out there now? William Bonac. Uh, Let me see who else. It's a bit early this morning. You know, Tony Burton. Who else is that? From the back. Let's see. Maybe my buddy, uh, Nick Walker, looking massive. You know, good veto. Listen, this is going to be very difficult to judge. So it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, I can't share the feed. And as well, I would like to thank Dan Solomon for all his help. Uh, you know, the, throughout the year, because he's opened up the doors to not only us, to all the media. So that's another plus. You know. So this is great. It's a really good Olympia. So let us know what you guys think. Let us know. Um, uh, They're doing the double bicep. There's Brandon Curry, one of my favorites. Reagan Grimes, Behruz. There's Andrew Jacked. You know, Andrew Jack looks really good as well. Really good. You know, big boy. He can go head to head with Samson. And listen, he can make other bodybuilders look small, really small, even though they're one of the top. Um, Then, there's Brandon Curry. He's a veteran of the sport, looking fantastic. Father Time is not beating him up yet. But obviously, when you see a bodybuilder alone during the year, everybody's an Olympia winner, So we're waiting for them just to do their small, prejudging poses, and then we'll see them pick who goes up against who. Here's Samson. Um, what was it? Samson, Rubel. Yeah, Samson looks good, huh? But listen, the door's open for anybody. I'm not seeing him so conditioned like compared to Hadi. That's my opinion. Maybe it's towards me. I'm not seeing right, but that's what I'm seeing, you know. Um, you know, Derek Lunsford is looking fantastic as well. At the moment, he's in the middle, but like I said, these are just, random. They're doing the compulsory poses. Um, they're doing the compulsory poses. Uh, so let us know what you guys think. And what do you guys think about that controversy of the men's classic physique? I don't think I think it was, something went wrong. Yeah, for a guy to lose almost 2 inches and have to go down 14 pounds. Mike Sommerfeld, it's quite crazy. Um, that's not something normal. Something happened and, they have to get to the bottom of it and not let it happen again. So now all the bodybuilders are coming out again and they're going to start picking them out. So we might get an indication of what's happening. We might get an indication. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let me just check I know it's not nice to do, but I'm going to check my mobile because I have people there and they're giving me some info. They called Martin out. Wow. Gonna get back to you right now. Um, so there's Nick, Martin, Hadi, uh, Andrew Jack in the middle, Derek, and Samson. They're all looking great, huh? Oh, there you go. Samson's put in the middle, and Andrew Jack put to the side. Yeah, they moved around Derek and Hadi. Hadi's in between Samson and Andrew Jack. This is going to be very close, huh? Hadi's looking good. He's really sharp, you know. This, I don't know, man. This could be going to Hadi. He's looking really good. That 1 year off really did him well, you know. Uh, hmm, let's see. Um, now it's the double bicep back pose, back double biceps. Let's see what's happening here. Hadi looks good. Martin, Andrew, they're all looking good. Samson looks a tad smaller than usual. It's probably, he tried to cut down a bit, maybe to get that condition, but, you know, uh, Nick is a beast. He's really, outsized Martin Fitzwater. So basically, these are top six, right off the bat. It looks as abdominal and thighs. Obviously, Hadi has this in the bag. You know, he has the best set of abs on stage, and Andrew Jacked. It's between him and Andrew Jack for the ab pose. But even though Hadi's one of the shortest guys, he goes up against any of the big guys. They're all in perfect condition. This is, it's not Samson's yet. That's what I think. That's what I think. We'll put the volume up a bit to see what they're saying. So they just switched Martin and Andrew Jack. Martin is at the end. Uh, he's on the right side, and you know, Andrew Jack's telling Derek to move back, and Derek, he has half his foot in front of them, trying to get that, to look bigger. Andrew Jack's trying to be a good sport, but these guys are fighting for their life. So yeah, Andrew Jack's looking good. The more he fills out, the more he's becoming untouchable. But he might have a little bit more to go. He's not really young, but he's there. Now, Derek is next to Samson, and Hadi's on the other side of him. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Back pose again. Let's see. Let's see. Well, Hadi did some improvements. To me, it looks like Hadi improved a bit. But remember, we haven't seen him in for. It's amazing that Behruz is not out in the first call out. But like I said, it's his first Olympia. So, you know, he might be a bit nervous, and that affects the body, like we've always talked about on our podcast with Eric. Eric, uh, not this last podcast, on episode 19, Eric explains it perfectly when bodybuilders get nervous. Most muscular, this is Hadi's, nobody can beat that. You know. I remember Hadi competing with the IFBB uh, in the international IFBB, not the NPC back then. The NPC was an affiliate. Um, he was a world champion, much smaller, but looked fantastic. The top six guys basically are going to decide. Now, the second call out. Now, these guys, remember, they can be put up to the top six or, put down. And some from the top six can come down as well. So, nothing's guaranteed for now. Don't forget there's the night show then, the finals, where things can change. Bodybuilders, can pull some more water out and come out more in condition, you know, to solve some problems. So here we have, who do we have? William, Tonio, Goodvito, Behruz. We have um, Brandon, he was put to the middle now, and Behruz was put to the side of him. And this other chap, my God, I'm sorry, but some of the younger guys and the new guys, their names are not so, they're not in my head, this morning. Let me see. I don't know if it's Jordan. No, it's not Jordan. It is Jordan. Check. See what's happening here. Yeah, it's Jordan. Sorry about that. Yeah, Jordan's out in the second call out. So it's William, Tonio, Goodvito, Brandon is in the middle, Behrus and Jordan Hutchison, you know, doing the back poses. Brandon's still keeping up with them. Um, I mean, good Vito, I can see him being pushed up a bit, to sixth. I don't think he's gonna um as well, Brandon from the side, his leg develop sorry, leg development is great, but when he goes to the front, it's like he loses some size. I don't know why. It's just the illusion of his body. Good Vito, his leg development is just unbelievable. Unbelievable, incredible. Behruz is looking fantastic. I don't know what the judges are looking, for, but could be he's slightly down in size compared to the others. I don't know. I have to be careful what I say about Behruz. I don't want Milo sending me any messages. Yeah. So now they turned them around again. Uh, you know, Brandon stuck to the middle. There's Tonio and William next to him. Behruz was put to the left side next to Good Vito. Wow. This is a nightmare of a contest to judge, nightmare. Brandon has some amazing biceps, fantastic. Um, very difficult to judge. Very difficult to judge, you know. Uh, they went to the back poses again, back double biceps, and they do the lat spread. All their color looks great. They did a good job on their color. Nobody's color is running. I hate that when that happens. They say it doesn't affect the judging, but it looks really bad. Even for the photos, you're at your Olympia and you have color coming down it doesn't look, it's not a good look, you know. So, and that could be nerves as well. The bodybuilder starts releasing water at the worst time, and it just destroys the look. Brandon's really looking great, huh? He looks like he has a couple more years into him. Wow. Let's see what if anybody's seeing anything here. Good Vito has an amazing crab pose. Okay, the second batch of guys are ready. Now the third call up was probably Reagan. Wow, you see him alone and you think he's going to win the Olympia. And then all of a sudden, when you see him up against the other guys, it's the size. Urs is in the middle. Who else? Hakeem. Hakeem. They're still zoomed out. I'm not seeing him properly. It's a packed house, obviously. Hakeem. You have who else is there? Let's see. Dorian Haywood, the 2025 Masters Olympia winner. Obviously, you know how that went. Yeah, this is a bigger lineup. Rubel, you know. Um, there's Rubel. There's Sasan. There's like I said, Dorian Haywood, Cheglong. Um, the rest of the group. Just say that, Listen, Robel, everybody's saying, especially, Chris Cormier, that, he's the next Ronnie Coleman and all this stuff. He doesn't have the same shape, aesthetics as Ronnie Coleman, His he's a bit off balance, his legs are too big. When he does the front double biceps, his arms look small. On the side, his arms look huge. I met him a couple of times, Urs looks great, huh? But for his first time in the Olympia, he can't expect to, beat the big boys, from going from classic and winning two pro shows in the open division is fantastic already, you know. But he's in the middle at the moment with Reagan. They're gonna do the side chest pose. Side chest. Sorry guys, I didn't put a preview that I'm gonna do a live feed. It's just I woke up this morning and said, let's just try it. Um, so you know, I don't expect, we're just trying testing it out. I mean, I just want to have fun with this thing. It feels a bit weird without Eric giving his opinion as well, but he's there enjoying himself, which I love. And with his buddy David, um, I was supposed to go, but for now, taking that long trip from Europe, it wasn't a good decision at the moment. But as long as I can watch the live feed, I'm happy. I've been watching the Olympia for as long as I can remember, since I was, 14, 15. I mean, obviously you couldn't watch it back then live, but I would make sure I rode my bike to the Muscle Mac shop and see all the photos when Robert Kennedy came back with all the photos. He would stick them to the window. Then the Lee Haney's time, so you can imagine how long I've been following the sport. Um, but thanks to the technology and this great, listen up, this the Olympia has a great feed. If anybody says anything otherwise, I don't know what their problem is. Um, It's a full HD. Obviously, when you're watching it, like I said before, whoever's seeing in a low resolution, if their internet is good, on the bottom right side, there's like a gear, it's settings, and you can set you know, the resolution. Um, Rubel is in the middle at the moment. Urs is next to him on the left, and Reagan on the right to him. Then it's the rest. You know, Urs looks good. Urs looks good. Rubel's legs are so huge, but there's no definition. That's the problem. It's not, you know, it's, it's not how big your legs are. It's definition. From the side, they're powerful, but and the back. But when you're in the front, there's no separation of muscle. And for me, I prefer to have a bit smaller legs and have that separation. Fix this camera. Yeah. It'll be interesting when they call them out again. Just checking my bull by for any posts. See what's happening. Like, I mean, everybody looks good. Now we see what they're gonna do. They're gonna call them out again. See what they're saying. See what they're saying. What did they call out here? Wow, looks like they're calling out. I think they're looking at who's going to be the top six. It looks like they are looking at who's going to be the top six because they called out, wow, good Vito, Tonio, Matt Fitzwater. Wow. So he's not guaranteed, you know. There's Nick, Brandon, and William. So Brandon's in the mix. Brandon's in the mix, which is fantastic because he's one of my favorites. I've been following him his entire career, so I love it. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. You know what I just did? I just went to Instagram and told everybody I'm live. Wow, this is interesting, huh? There's the moment Martin and Nick are battling it out in the middle. I don't think Nick's happy about this. I think he wants to remain with the top guys, but hey, I don't know what Steve Weinberger's seeing, huh? So we have to see. but he is next to Martin. So um, Nick edged him out, I believe, at the New York Pro. Nick edged out Martin. You know, some said Martin should have won, some said Nick should have won, you know, but Nick has that size. Brandon's really looking good, huh? He's really looking good. Tonio, I think, needs to add a little bit more size. His abdominal section is exactly like Dexter. Amazing. Good Vito, you know, it's good Vito. He's massive. I followed him when he was an amateur as well with the IFBB, you know. Uh, you know, Martin and Nick just switched from left to right. So now Nick is next to Tonio and Martin is next to Brandon. This could be for sixth place. Well, good Vito's impressive, huh? He can win any pro show if he comes out looking like that, you know. I don't know. I don't know if Nick's going to be getting that top five place this year. It's very difficult. You know, you look at Brandon, he doesn't really have a lot of weak spots, you know. William Bonak's looking fantastic as well. Don't forget these guys are over 40. And Williams' leg development didn't decrease whatsoever, you know, didn't decrease. So you know, my buddy Eric just sent me a message, you know, everything's, you know, nothing's confidential. You know, they're saying that Brandon's looking amazing. You know, I have to see because he's there right in the front, right behind the judges. So, you know, I have a good thing. Even, you know, they're telling me that he has him in the top six. I'm saying it as well. Yeah. Here they come out. I think this is for the top now. Hadi's coming out. Uh, Derek, Andrew, and Samson. So this is the top four. So the fights for fifth and sixth could be anybody. It could be Brandon, and it could be Nick, or it could be Martin. Those are the guys. Wow. Yeah. Samson's looking small. He's looking small. Now they put Samson next to Hadi, and Derek is to the left, and Andrew to the right. I think Hadi is in the running. I think Hadi is in the running to win. Yeah, Hadi's in the. Wow, imagine if Hadi wins again. Incredible. He should have won a couple of more times, but you know, let's leave it at that. Yeah, and Derek has a fantastic back as well, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eric believes the same thing, you know. Yeah, yeah. So What do you guys think? Let us know. Let us know. Um, Now, Samson was put to the left. Hadi, Derek, and Andrew. Oh, they changed Derek to go next to Samson, and Hadi is next to Andrew Jacked. I think, listen, I'm gonna throw it out there. Hadi and Derek first and second between them. I'm not gonna say which one. I think I think Hadi. I think Samson third, or he could be fighting for third with Andrew. I'm not. He's looking. Samson is looking like the year when he lost against Hadi. When Hadi edged him. Listen, these guys put Hadi under the bus for a while, thinking he's not going to come back. But listen, you don't put these guys. I've seen these Iranians compete in Europe, at the World Championships. There's no screwing around. Like I said, there's hundreds of Hadis running around. If they get visas to come to the USA, it's done. You know, it's going to be a walkover. The Russians and the Iranians. From here, I see a lot of good quality, but I follow a lot of different bodybuilders, not just the top guys. I forget their names, but I follow them. You know. Um, so uh, listen, I know I don't have not too many people are viewing my live feed. I'm honest about this, transparent. But listen, I gave no preview. I just came on, I woke up early. I said, let me try it. So nothing to lose. Um, I wanted to try it and see what happens. I'm experimenting myself. So the views will come in afterwards. They can watch it and people can rip me apart and do whatever they want. Um, so um, Derek's fired up, but it's not his. And Samson wow, he has to do something, you know. But let's be fair, the way I see it, I'm not going to say nothing wrong. Last year when he won it, he was just off working with Milos. They went their separate ways, but he did the build up to the Olympia was with Milos, and then he started working with his wife. So, this year he's been working with his wife only, and things change. So, um, so that's the prejudging. That's your top four. That's your top four. I have Hadi. I'm gonna say it. I have Hadi. Okay, I have Hadi winning. Derek second, and Andrew Jack third. Listen, f uh, earlier, earlier this week, not earlier this week, a couple of weeks ago, we had Farid on the show, Chris Asito's son, and he put Andrew in the top six. And they had some different winner a change around, and we got some slack on his picks, but hey, they're there. He had Nick a bit higher, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's the prejudging. I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments. But I have Hadi winning. Let's say it. At at now I have Hadi winning. Um, so now the wellness is coming out, and they're gonna do their stuff. Like I said, it's very early here. I'm gonna start my day, and you know, uh, in Vegas it's still Friday. In Malta it's Saturday. Obviously tonight I'll watch the finals, and I'll do a live feed as well. You know, I'll make sure I wake up on time because it gets really early. Um, Let me check the the finals start at. Let's see. Olympia finals. They start at 3:15 a.m. So and don't forget you have Mr. Olympia finals, men's physique, bikini, and classic physique. So um I missed I missed the let me see. I missed the no. Today there's the man, I'm mixing things up. This time difference is crazy. Saturday prejudging starts at 6:30 p.m. On Saturday in the States, in Vegas. There's classic physique, men's physique, bikini, and wheelchair. The classic physique is going to be very interesting. So, it's going to be very, very interesting. Um, we'll see what happens and see if Mike wins or, you know, I have Ramon. I think I have Ramon winning that. So we'll see. We'll see about that. So uh, that's it for now. And I'm going to start my day. I mean, and thank you for watching. So we'll be back. We'll be back soon. We'll be back very soon. And that's it for now.